everyone, welcome to another transformation video. This is the Mastermind Creations PS-28 Demolitor. And I'm going to show how to transform him from robot mode to vehicle mode to combined mode and back to robot mode, because he starts off packaged in robot mode. So first things first, if you attach these little silver bits, you got to detach these. And yeah, so they detach those, and those, just plug those together like that and just put it off the side right there. So from here, I'm going to start with the legs a bit. So come down here a bit. Come down here to the legs. So first thing is, bring out the toes right here, then fold them up right here. And while you're in there, close up this panel right there. You can see that, and close up the heels right there. I'm just going to do that on both feet. So, close up the toe right there. That in. Push this panel in right here, and then close up the heel spur like that. Then from there, what you want to do is go ahead and come back here, or to the side right here. Open up this panel right here, and then untap this panel, bring it back, and straighten out the wheel right here like that. And then what you want to do is slide out the side right here. This whole side, you want to slide that out. Be a little tricky because again, it's a little stiff. You want to slide that out. Untab this part right here. You bring this up, untab that right there, and then from here, straighten this part out right here, and then rotate. Bring this out, rotate this 180 degrees, and bring up this joint right here like that, and then bring it down like that, so it's sitting like that. Then go ahead and bring this back. Bring this back so you can rotate, slide this out, and then rotate this down like this. Rotate this back, collapse that up, and then collapse it right here. So it's sitting like that, essentially. Bring it down like here. Rotate this part. That's what's sitting like that. Also bring it out at the leg when you're doing this. Bring this out at the leg right there. Then close this up right there as well. And then right here, you want to make sure this is sitting like that. See that the toe goes in there like that. You go ahead and slide this back in, and then bring this in. And this will tab over top of the front. You can see that'll tab over top. You go ahead and then slide the side of the cab back in. It'll tab in multiple places or all around, including into the leg right here. And the tire will tab into right there. So make sure it all squeezes all together like that on the side, and just and from there you just kind of leave that alone for now, and do the same thing on this leg. And go ahead and bring it out on the right here. Then open this up, bring this out, bring out the wheel right there. Then you go ahead and slide the side panel out. Slide the side panel out like that. Untab that and bring it down. Untab this right there. Bring that back, and then close that back up. Then bring this out right here. Rotate it 180 degrees at this joint right there. Bring up the toe like this, and then bring it down like that, so it's sitting like that. And then go ahead and close this up right there, and then make sure this isn't bent. Bring this back right here, and bring this down right here. Bring it up so it's like sitting like that. Bring this down right here so it's sitting like that, and then more or less bring these together like that. Like so. Slide this in a bit. Bring this down, and this will tab over top right there, and then slide the side panel in. It'll tab in again multiple places, including right there. All that stuff right there. And then right here, what you want to do is use the ab crunch, bring it down 90 degrees like so. Untab this plate right here, fully untab it like that, extend it out. Because there's little sliders right here on these hinges, so you fully extend it, rotate it around like this, and then use the hips here. You want to bring it down, so rotate the hips forward like this. Sit like this, and then bring it in and rotate the hips right there, and bring it forward, and then they'll go ahead and tab the cab together on both sides of the cab together like so. Like that. And then making sure this is sitting down, and then right here, now that you got all that done, there's this slider here. You want to go ahead and slide that up like that. You might want to go ahead and add like a drop of like silicone shock oil into that way as well. But yeah, you'll slide up because 2 click points, or 3 click points total, at least in mine. So there's a fully extended, which is that's for robot mode and combined mode. But yeah, you want to fully slide it up. You want to fully slide this up like that, and that's for vehicle mode. So there's that part. So from there, and you just go ahead and leave that out of the way. Gotta bring this up a bit. From there, working on the arms. What you want to do is untab these panels from the front right here and rotate them. They have to rotate them towards the elbow, each of them. So untab, rotate it around, and then you can see they'll tab in back here. You can see there's tabs and slots just tabbing over top like that. So, and same thing on this one. Bring it up and rotate it towards the elbow. Also lock the arm like that. Rotate it towards the elbow and then bring it up and tab it over like that. Take the hand here. Want to rotate it at the wrist and then open up the hand. Make sure the thumb stays where it is. And then use this hinge and bring it up, and the thumb will go into this little groove right here, and the fingers will just kind of rest like this. Like that. And then from there, what you want to do is at the bicep swivel, you want to slide it down right here like that. So it looks like that. Then open up this right here like that, and then slide at the shoulder, you want to slide it down like that. So it's looking like that. We do the same thing on this arm. Make sure to bring this back and tab that into place like that. Take this panel and tab it. Rotate it around. Tab it in. Untab this. Rotate it around. Tab it in. Rotate the wrist around. Open up the fingers. Make sure the thumb is all the way against the base right there. Bring it up. Just bring it down like that. And make sure the fingers are just kind of resting against this bit right here. Like that. And then slide down the bicep. Slide down the bicep. Open up this right here, that hinge. Slide down the shoulder, and there you go. That's the arms pretty much ready to go. And from here, what you want to do is take the head here. You want to take the head on this platform. You want to bring the whole platform out like this, and just bring it down against the chest like that. So it sits like that. You take this panel and collapse it down like that. And then back here, what you want to do is bring down the mixing drum like so. And then you bring this whole back, the whole torso assembly, you bring that all up like that. And these bits right here, you want to bring them out, fold them up, and then collapse them in like so. Bring them out, fold them up, collapse those in like so. And then from here, this part's a little tricky. You want to make sure this is fully extended out. You want to bring the arms out on the shoulder, these hinges right here. Bring it down right here on this hinge, and rotate it down like that. So yeah, bring it out on this hinge, bring it down right here, and then rotate it right here like that. And here, you want to bring them inward. Make sure these parts clear. Right here. And bring them inward, and as you're doing so, you want to bring it in so these pegs right here could go into these rails right here on each arm. So bring them in, and then just peg them in like that, and like so. Then right here, make sure it's all straightened out like that. You go ahead right here, see these tabs, you can go ahead and push those up into place like that on both sides. Make sure it's done like that. And then right here, you go ahead and push these, tab these in right here like that. Just push those in like that. That's pretty much that all ready to go down below. Oh yeah, also. And right here, you want to go ahead and just slide these panels together down here like that. So they'll kind of lock on place like that, and then you can adjust that and make sure it's all nice and level right there. Then right here, what you want to do is you want to take these bits right here, you want to bring them down, they'll lock things further into place like that, and bring this little bit down right here like that, and I'll lock further into place like so. You go ahead and bring these bits down right here and bring them outward and down like that. Then from there, I'm going to go ahead right here, and you want to go ahead and bring this back and untab this bit right here on both sides of the block. Right here, bring this back and untab this bit right here on the block, and then bring the block up right here like that. Then bring this out a bit. And right here, this will let you get in here and push this up. At least for me, it makes it easier. Push this up right here so you can bring this bit out right here, and you can rotate this part 180 right there, and then rotate this part 180 like this. And then bring this down right there, and it's going to sit like that. And you can go ahead and take the cement mixer right here. You want to bring this up right here, untab these paths right here from here, and rotate these bits around like this and like this. And rotate this around like this so it's sitting like this, and then bring it down right here. And right here, there's a slider right here. You want to slide that down right there like that. You can see there's a slider joint. You make sure you just slide it down like so, so it's sitting like that. You go ahead and bring this block in like that. And then right here, well, if you want, you can then also store this silver thing. You can store it in these little tiny pegs inside the mixing drum, if you'd like that. And then closes the mixing drum over top of this green block, and you might have to angle it a little bit. Over top of the green block right there, sitting properly. So sitting proper like so, and you know, adjust these things so they're sitting like that. Both these so they're sitting forward like that again. Yeah, of course you can take the gun if you want and plug it in down here below the cab. With that, you have Demolitor in his vehicle mode. Yeah, it's not too bad. I forgot to mention the review, but yeah, this part right here can be a little tricky the first few times. Basically, sliding it can be real tough, but again, I brought a drop of silicone oil, and it's helped a lot. So be mindful of that. So yeah, that's the vehicle mode. So getting him into combined mode. Again, you go ahead and right here is open up the mixing drum right there. Then get the gun out as well. And then bring this back up here like this. Just bring it all the way up like that. You can bring this out, and then right here you can open this up right here like that. You see there's a slot for the gun. You can take the gun and just put it in there like that. This is where the gun stores in the combined mode. And right back here, you can spin this 180 degrees like this. Spin this part 180 degrees like that, and just feed it through that hole right there, and just feed all the way through so it's out of the way for combined mode stuff. Go ahead and take these bits right here and bring them down like this, that, and then bring them back a bit so those are out all the way, like so. And right here, you can go ahead and bring this part down like this, and you can bring these back forward, and they'll tab in and lock into in place like that. And you can either leave these parts forward as well, or you can bring them back, whichever you prefer. Like that. So from here, you get the mixing drum out of the way. Get the mixing drum out of the way like that. And you can leave this just in there the whole time. It might pop out though. Then right here, what you want to do, this little green bit right here, you gotta use this tab to get it out like here, bring it up like this. And then this is the tricky part of the combined mode transformation, which is you got to get the mixing drum underneath here, which can be a little bit tricky sometimes. It doesn't always cooperate, to say the least. I found that just move this out of the way a bit. So use these hinges to your advantage so you can get this underneath like that. So yeah, you can do that like this, and then bring this back around. And then this right here, you see this little tab right there, which will plug into the mixing drum. Like that, making sure this is all pushed away down like that. All pushed down like that. Then this right here, you can see this will tab inside of the mixing drum, locking into place. And you close up the mixing drum right here, like so. So close it up, and then bring this down into place like that. And that's right here. And then of course, you bring this right here, bring this up. Bring this up, and this will tab into the side of the mixing drum like that, further locking into place. There, now the mixing drum is all locked in, and that's pretty much the upper half of the leg. So down here, what you want to do is then push this all down, the front cab. You want to use this slider again and push it all the way down like that. And then right here, go ahead and these little bits right here, you can see that you can bring these up right here. To bring them up like this. And this little green bit goes over top and latches on like that. Again, bring this up like that. And this little green bit right here latches over top like that to help lock things a little bit better. Then come down here and split the cab in two, like so. And then right here, what you want to do is slide the outer part of the cab out. So untab everything. Make sure to untab it from everything. Like that. So sliding it out, and then bring this, the roof up like this, then collapse then right here like that, and close it up right there. You go ahead and bring this out. You want to slide this out a bit, so you bring this out, and then bring this right here, rotate it around right here. Now, if you want to keep it with, you want to make sure that if you want the grill out in combined mode, just ignore this part. But yeah, right here, you want to bring this out and rotate this around and bring this down and bring the toe out like this, and then bring it back. You bring this whole assembly up right here, this slider in the front here. You bring it all up like this. And you slide this back in right here. And you slide, and you make sure to, tab it into the side of this thing. And then you slide the whole side in. Again, you'll re-tab in the side of the leg and everything. And then right here, you want to take this block right here. You want to bring this little hook out. You want to bring this block out right here. This hook right here will go into the little slot right here. You bring it there in there, push the hook all the way in, and push this back, just leave it out, and they'll lock in place. And then you collapse the wheel in like that. And then that's 1/2 of the foot done. And you pretty much do the same thing on this side. So go ahead and slide this out. Slide this out right here, untab this, collapse that in like that, bring it back down, slide the front out right here, bring this forward, rotate this around, bring down the toe, bring it back down, then rotate the side and the front up and around like this, like that. Then go ahead and slide the front back into the side, making sure all the tabs and stuff line up. Slide it inside like that, and slide the side of the cab into the rest of the leg. You see all those tabs and stuff, make sure that all lines up properly. Like so. Then again, bring out this hook, bring this part down, bring it in and hook this in right, don't drop it. Hook this in right here like that, push it all the way in, and then bring this back a bit so it latches. And then collapse the wheel in like that, and you can bring this down right here and bring these together. You'll tab them together, making sure the toes are lined up and everything. Tab it all together like so. And with that, you have the leg mode. Yeah, not too bad, honestly. It's actually pretty straightforward and easy. So going from here back to the robot. I like to start at the bottom, honestly. So here, go ahead and split the foot apart like that. Bring out the wheel like this, just get out of the way a bit. And then once again, you want to go ahead and slide the outside of the cab out like this. Slide the forward part, untab that, and slide that out the opposite direction. Like so. From here, come down here, and you want to go ahead and rotate this around so that you can bring this out. And bring this panel out right there. And so, bring this all out right there. And then right here, now that you got this little bit freed up, you can go ahead and push this in a bit so you can unhook this right here and then bring it back around. And bring it back around and make sure to bend this right here so you can fully collapse that in and bend it right there like that again. And then bring these around. You bring this around right here. You want to make sure it rotate right here as you're rotating this part right here. Rotate these pretty much at the same time so you can get it all through. And then rotating these around such a way. This right here, you want to feed the toe through this little gap right here and open this up. Feed the toe through the gap so it looks like that. And yeah, like that. And then bring this up over top like this so it looks like that. This right here, you can hook down into this thing right here that will hold the knee together. Then you can bring this part up and tab that in right there. And you slide the outside of the leg in. You want to slide that in and make sure it tabs in everywhere. Then right here, making sure this is open. You bring the wheel in, collapse it back in, and then you close it up right here until it clicks. And then you close this up over top. Then down here, you want to go ahead and bring down the ankle bit so you can flip out the toe. Then you come down here, you can see this. You bring this out right here, this little side panel right there. Close it back up, and then bring out the heel spur like that, and that's one leg done. And you do the same exact thing on this side. you slide out the outer panel, slide that out, and then you slide out the front of the cab the opposite direction. I want to rotate this around right here like this, so you can then bring out these panels like this. And right here, bring this forward so you can unhook this and bring this back, and then bend this knee slightly so you can fully bring it up and then bend it back forward. Like that. And then I want to start rotating this around so it's, you know, so it's, you have space, so you have bring this down. Oh, that's what it was. I did not rotate that properly. This was not, did not be rotated. Oops, so let me misremembered. Yeah, bring this up and around so this toe can go right through this slot right there. Bring this up. So all comes in like this. Bring this up over top, and so it goes over top of all this. Like that, and then you collapse that in, that will hook in right there. Bring this up and tab that in right there. Slide the side of the leg in. Make sure it's fully slid in. Open up this panel, fold the wheel in again, and then bring it in, tab it in, and back, close it back up, and then you can go bring out the ankle so you can bring out the toe, come down here, bring up this panel right here to fill in the gap, and then bring out the heel spur, and that's the other leg done. So kind of more or less getting him standing a bit. It's up top here. So on this side, you want to bring these little green bits, you want to collapse those back in right here, and then bring these purple bits down like that, like so. And then, actually coming up even further from there, go ahead and fold these pieces up right here like that. Bring these back so you can then untab these bits right there. So you can open this up and then get the gun out like that. Fold this away. And bring this, push this back up through there a little bit so it's more or less sitting like that. And then down here, you want to open up the mixing drum. You can go ahead and remove this piece too. I want to bring this up. You want to untab this. I want to untab these bits right here, like that, and like that. Then untap the mixing drum. And yeah, so slide it up right here, and then bring it around. So yeah, rotate it around so it comes out like that. And then you can take these pieces and rotate them out like this, and rotate this out like this, and then right here, you see these tabs will go in those slots. Let's use those double hinges. So it sits like that and like that. And just kind of leave it down like that for now. Take this piece, rotate it in like that. And then go ahead and untab these bits right here and kind of bring these bits in right there like that. You see that? You can bring these up so they're sitting kind of like this. Then bring these up, these parts up, and then untab this and bring this up right there like that. And right here, you want to untab this panel right here, bring it out, bring it down, and then this tab will go into this little slot right there. That. And then same thing. Bring this out, bring it on this panel, and then this will tab in right there. Like that. From there, go ahead and bring this down like this, and then collapse this up right there like that, and then you go ahead and tab that into the sides like so. And from here, what you want to do is you want to come down here, you want to push these down, and you want to bring these so they untab from there. Then you want to push the arms down a bit so they untab from the chest piece, you can see that. And then you bring them out so they unpeg from this center piece right here like so. Just bring them out like this, and then you go ahead and rotate the arms like that, and then bring these bits down, and you go ahead and bring the arm up right there like that, just to get it ready for the next step. So make sure that these shoulder pieces are down like this. And once you've done all that, go ahead and bring this all down like that, like so. And then you bring this up, and you can see these two tabs right here will go to those slots inside the mixing drum. You should get it lined up like that. And from here, you can go ahead and open up this part, and then bring up the head like so, that. And from there, go ahead and bring the legs apart. So you can bring here, spin this around, bring this back around, bring the legs down like this on the hip joints like this, and then bring up the waist or bab crunch like that. Back here, extend these panels out so then you can fold these around, and you see this tab will go in this little slot right there, and push the panels back together. And then this tab will go up in the slot right there on the back. So that's done. Now as for the arms, of course, you go ahead right here, slide these up right here at the shoulders, then close up that shoulder piece right there, and then slide it up at the bicep like that. Take the hand, fold it back where it's supposed to be, rotate it around, do whatever you want with the fingers and hands. Close it up if you want. Then right here, untab these panels, rotate them around, and tab them in right here. That, and same thing, untab, rotate around. Tab in here like that, and you can bring the arm down like that, and of course, unhook the elbow if you want. And then same thing, slide up the shoulder, close it up right there, slide up the bicep, bring the hand down, rotate around the wrist, close up the fingers, whatever you want to do with them. So, untab these panels, rotate them around, tab them back there, tab this panel, rotate it around, tab it in back there, and bring the arm down, and open up the elbow if you want. And with that, you have Demolitor in this robot mode. And of course, you can do stuff like taking these and putting them back on over here if you want. And yeah, that's the robot mode, which means it's the whole transformation. Again, he's not too difficult for the most part. The biggest, I think the single biggest thing, which I kind of glossed right over because I fixed it so long ago, was, yeah, the slider right here at the waist can be a bit of a pain, particularly out of the box. I used some silicone oil, shock oil, and that worked a lot. I just used a drop on each side and just got it moving. But yeah, that's one big thing. Also, the getting the mixing drum in place for combined mode can be a bit of a chore sometimes, particularly if you're trying to leave the silver bits inside the mixing drum. You can just remove them and put them back in, but yeah, I just want to show you can just leave them inside. And yeah, it's other than that though, it's actually a pretty straightforward transformation. And I guess also maybe the sliders on the legs as well are a little bit of annoyance just because those are a little snugger than I like, but it's overall a pretty snug, it's a pretty solid transformation, and hopefully this was helpful if you're struggling because instructions aren't the greatest because they're MMC instructions. Yeah, so there you go. Again, I hope you found this very helpful. I hope you've, or whatever. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and Patreon. I'll see you next time, hopefully in the video review.